It's Liz from Old Stables Crafts. How are you today? Oh, I'm going to have to dip a bit. Hope you are well. I have just spent the morning at the dentist. Well, not the whole morning, an hour at the dentist. That was quite long enough. Thank you very much. So, I hope you are all well. I've got, delicate. Unfortunately, I've got to have a crown. We've been watching it. We've been watching the tooth for about 7 years now, and the time has come to finally get it crowned. Let's just check. I'm live. It says so on my phone. So, it's Thursday. One more day till the weekend. Saying that though, tomorrow and Saturday afternoons, I've got an open house for some of our new residents. Don't know who's coming, but I've invited people to an open house to have a look at what I do. So I'm hopeful that they will be around. Today I am playing with the Thanks a Bunch stamp set. I'm going to use this as a reminder, less than a week for Sale-a-bration items. Hello, Shaz. Ooh. I'm being told I've not got a good signal. I'm hoping it's better with you. If you can let me know if everything's okay. I'm just going to go and check the Wi-Fi. Here we go. It's not great. I'll move it somewhere where it should be better. I'm hoping that's such a lovely thing to do. Thank you, Shaz. I'm hoping it's fine. Good. Okay. I'm just getting an error message that I've got a poor signal, but hopefully it's okay-ish. There is a bit of a delay. Why am I surprised? I'm not. Hello, Audrey. Good afternoon. So yes, we have a slightly dot and carry signal. I'm hoping that it is actually working. The reason I say that is because there are people doing work where our cable goes. Ooh, come on. Yeah, there's quite a long delay. Anyway, I must get on because I have got to go promptly. So I'm going to just charge on and hope for the best. So I'm using Thanks a Bunch stamp set. I'm just going to have one more look. Can't not look. Who knows? Anyway, I am... Oh, things are happening. Yes, Carol, you caught me live. Yay! There is a big delay. I'm just warning everybody. Hi, Pam. Just got 2 pairs of fingerless gloves from Turtle Doves. Marvellous. These are mine. I've gone for this colour because it's... The thing about Turtle Dove gloves is A, they're cashmere, and B, they're from recycled jumpers. So, yeah. It's bound to happen when you're on a live. Absolutely. And I have to say, it's been a bit of a stressful last hour actually getting things to work. So, I'm going to flip the camera down and I'm going to pretend that everything's going fine, because I'm sure it will eventually sort itself out. So, Thanks a Bunch. I've got things sort of set up. So, first thing I'm going to do is grab my scoreboard because I'm going to do a gatefold card. So, let me grab my scoreboard because those of us that use A4 card need, if we're doing a gatefold, need to know where to score. So half a gatefold card is 10.5, and there's a nice score line there ready to go. But you don't want half, you want a quarter. So a quarter is 5.25, and there's a score line there just ready for you. So this is a half sheet of A4, and I'm just going to score in from both short ends to get my gatefold. This is thick white, so all is good. Right, so let's get those out of the way. It's still saying it's poor condition, and as I say, I'm going to try and ignore it. So I have even cut the paper. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So while we are kind of getting properly started, do remember that if you're watching live, you can like at any point. If you're watching on replay, you can like at any point. I do know that the slide at the beginning of this is incorrect. I will be changing it after we've finished. Hello, Karen. Yes, you have made it live. Ish. There is quite a delay. It's about a minute and a half delay. So I've got my gatefold ready to go. I have pre-cut my layers. So this was a piece of Mango Melody that was 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. I've just cut it in half at some ridiculous 2 7/16 or something. Anyway, it's a weird measurement. And then all I've done is take a piece of this paper, which is from the Dandy Designs, using lots of Sale-a-bration items today because we've only got until next Tuesday to play with them. I mean, if you know, obviously you can play with them after that, but as far as I'm concerned, we've only got until next Tuesday to play with them. So I have just cut this at 5 1/2 and then come in 1/8 of an inch from this measurement, and I honestly can't remember what it is, but anyway, that's what I've done. So I need some seal, so I'm going to go across the top. So I've done this twice, and so I've got 2 pieces the same to do my edges. That's one, and then this, so Mango Melody, and this is Granny Apple Green, the green in this. Hello, Sherry from Oregon, from a snowy Oregon. Carol is joining us from California. I'm guessing not snowy in California. I read something on the Twitter sphere, so bound to be true, that the UK is scheduled to have quite a lot of snow next month. Now, let us just remember that next month starts next week. It's the 1st of March on Wednesday, which is why Sale-a-bration finishes on Tuesday. Well, it's not why, but which is why I know that Sale-a-bration finishes on Tuesday. So I'm going to stick these onto the sides of my gatefold with some liquid glue. So yes, do remember to like. If you really enjoy what you're seeing, you can share, and if you don't already subscribe, please do feel free to subscribe. And also, if you don't subscribe or follow on Instagram, you may wish to, because that's where I give updates on what's going on. I try to chat most days, just do with the story. It's where I share reels. So there's lots of stuff going on over there. I've not matched the pattern, but I'm not too fussed because I'm going to cover half of it anyway. So, okay, so that's my gatefold basically done. I'm just going to give it another really good burnish. And then I've got more Mango Melody, more of that paper, which I'm going to stick on. And then I've got a piece of card that is quite a bit smaller than these pieces. And that's where I'm going to do my stamping. But this is going to just go on the front here, and I'm going to have it coming up a bit from the bottom. And it's going to stick about there. So I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to take your pick and just mark roughly where that's going. It's not, is that the one? brain dangerous. Let's try that again. So these are about even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I come about there, I should be about right. So actually, I'm going to be about on that line there. I can see it. You may not be able to. So I'm just going to add some adhesive here. Now obviously I don't want to go over the midpoint because then I wouldn't be able to open my card. So we're going about there. If I go about there, then I've got slippage. Let's go up a wee bit. That looks about central. I'm going to call it central. And then that opens. So this is where I'm going to do my stamping. Now I have dug out lots and lots of... Oh, I've got a better Wi-Fi signal. Yay! I've dug out lots and lots of colours because one of the cards we're going to do is going to be doing real coloured carrots that aren't necessarily yellow. However, for this one, I am going to go pumpkin pie and I'm going to do some stamped off. So let me grab a scrap of paper, which I had just now. There it is. One scrap of paper. So I've got my little baby carrot and I'm going to do one full strength, I think. Yep. My ink pads are incredibly juicy. Just saying. So one full strength and then stamp off, and I'm going to go just over to the side and stamp off and go just over to the side. So I've got a sort of mini bunch. So that's that. Then I've got my granny apple green because that's the green that is in the paper. And I know it's Mango Melody background, but I wanted my carrots to be orange. But there's Mango Melody in the paper, which is why I've chosen Mango Melody. My brain works in mysterious ways. Right, so I want this little bit here. This little bit of fur. So that needs to go on a little baby. Baby. Right. So I'm going to do one there. And then I'm just going to add, and these are all full strength, but we've got our bunch of carrots. Then I think I'll stick with green. I'm going to choose a sentiment. And I think I will do the, corny thanks a bunch. So we could actually do some in green and some in orange. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will because I can. Oh, you're all being terribly quiet. But thank you for the likes. That was very kind. So I'm going to do my a bunch first. I know you're watching and I know you do, but it's sometimes a little disarming. That's pooling a bit. That's better. So I've said it before and I will say it again. Numerous times, I have no doubt. If you're using a stamp for the first time or fairly close to the first time, you do need to make sure that it's fully, properly, definitely clean. And by that I mean it hasn't got the quick release spray that is used on the inside of the moulds. So rubbing it on a finger works quite nicely. Right, now I was thinking of linen thread, but I'm now thinking maybe not. So I've got the 3 twine combo pack, which is part of the enjoy the journey, enjoy the adventure, whatever it is, suite. but one of them is pumpkin pie. So pumpkin pie, sort of. There's the end. You can see I haven't used it because I've got an end. So I'm going to wrap this around a few times and then tie it maybe in a bow, maybe in a knot. We'll see when I get there. Now I like odd numbers. So that's 2. If I've got an end, that's 3. So let's cut my end and tie a knot. I also like things to not necessarily be lined up so they're straight. Yes, you are definitely being quiet today. So, if someone would like to leave a comment so I know you're still there, that would be jolly encouraging, because bearing in mind the signal just now was appalling. It'd be really nice to know you're still there. So, let's tie in a knot. No, in a bow. I'm going for a bow. Pull the ends. Still here? Good. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Pam. It's just, you know me, I get really worried otherwise. Right, okay, I'm going to trim those down and move them up a bit, but I am going to just trim these ends down a wee bit. Get rid of those bits, and then we'll... So those of you who have either subscribed or ordered the February card class, which is the Enjoy the Adventure ride, whatever it is. I've ordered everything, so fingers crossed that will be with me very soon. And then I can get them out to you. Haven't quite decided what I'm doing for March yet. It's a thought process at the moment. Right, so let's just get these off. We just mesmerised. Fair enough. Cozying up under a blanket and enjoying watching you work. Thank you. That's fine. As I say, it's just... there was a really... It's not often I get a poor signal warning, but... yeah. So, yes, this is where I'm going. Let's just plug your brain in, Yuille. So that... actually, no, I will go there. That is going up a wee bit. There we go. That is going just there. Then I did pull out some embellishments. I'm going to use the iridescent rhinestones because I haven't used them for a while. So let's do some little babies up here. So 3 up there. This will go medium. Down here. So medium and small. Not lyrical about that being there. Come on. That's it. Let's move you down there. That's better. And then I need something kind of here-ish. I think I'm just going to go for the one biggie. And actually, no, I'm going to then drop down onto here. Come on. There we are. So that is our first card. You're walking the lambing sheds while watching. Oh, wonderful, Shaz. Oh, thank you, Karen. Glad you think it's cute. So yeah, just a little gatefold. Haven't done one of those for a while. There are lots and lots of samples on Pinterest. Just saying, I have visited Pinterest today. So some of these are adaptations of 2 or 3 cards that I've seen. So that's our first card done. Phew! 1 down. Hopefully I'll get through 2 more. Right, our next one is this one, and I'm going to be doing something a little crazy. I will be doing lots of stamping and lots of fussy cutting. So this is the one that's going to have lots of different colours on it. I am just going to get my scrub ready to go. Now, who was it who said they get 2 scrubs, so they've got 1 clean? I think it was Leslie from Australia. I have ordered a second scrub so that I can have 1 clean and 1 being washed. And I've finally got to the point where I'm starting my big bottle of Stampin' Mist. I've had it for some time and I kept filling up my small bottle, and I thought, really? Just cut out the middleman. Right, okay, so I've got a thick white base, a Coastal Cabana layer, and this, which is from the Dandy Designs, as was the previous one. So this is Dandy Designs, and it's the one with this on the back, which is why I've gone for Coastal Cabana, because that's Coastal Cabana. Ironed, trimmer, buried. I am going to pop this so that the 2 corners are over the track. Then I'm going to drop my lid down, and my cutting blade I'm going to push down, not at the end, because if you do it at the end you will bruise the end of your paper. I should have cut 2 pieces, silly me, should have cut 2, excuse me while I dip under and get another one. So I want, where have you gone? I want that. So this would theoretically therefore make 2 cards, because you could do one way and 1 the other. Am I right in thinking that's, yes, so that's 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. It is actually better to cut them at the same time, but you know you have to have your brain plugged in for that. So, because there was me thinking that that would work, of course it doesn't. So, we'll try that again. So we'll line up our corners. It means I get to show you twice. Line up the corners to the track. Put your lid down. Put your cutting blade over your card, not over the end, because you will bruise, otherwise you will bruise your... I've done it wrong, haven't I? I've done it wrong again. Can someone give me a brain? I blame it on the anaesthetic from this morning, because I had dental work, and I swear they dull your brain. So I'm going to try that again and see if I can get it right this time. Hello, Claire. So let's try that again. So 3 3/4, and in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 the same. 5 1/2, because then I know, yes, I think I know. So I'll have one way up and 1 the other way up, and that way, just as well this paper's free really, isn't it? I will obviously use the bits that I haven't used successfully. So this is where you would get 2 cards as opposed to lots of scraps. Could only ever happen on a live. Oh, let's get those out of my way, otherwise I'll skid on them. Back again. Right, okay, so I need 1 of one and 1 of the other. Work, good, right. Okay, so let us add these to my mat, and I'm going to just add some adhesive. Let's come in a bit. add some adhesive down this edge first, so I know I've got the edge done. And then I'm just going to add this dry just so that I can check that the first one is in the right place. More or less, that's fine. So then this one I can add. In fact, actually I'll add my adhesive to the card because then I know that it's going to be in the right place. And then I can just add the side bits. Now of course you can use seal, but slippage is really helpful at this point, particularly if you are a bear of little brain like me. Right, so we've got that nice diagonal, and that's going to go on our card base. Like that. So which items have you all bought? Well, I say bought. Have you acquired through Sale-a-bration? Which of the Sale-a-bration items, and which did you get first? I think is probably a good question. So what was your first choice of Sale-a-bration items? Right, I need that. So, Rich Razzleberry, did you know that carrots naturally are purple? Yep, that works. Okay, so purple carrot, it will dry a bit lighter, not hugely, but a bit. Owls were your first. Owls again. Yeah, owls are very popular. They are very cute. Owls first. Dandy Delight DSP and thanks a bunch. Okay. So lots for owls, a few for thanks a bunch. Right. So we've got this funny thing that is actually the lines on the carrot. Another, so Pat, hello Pat, you're either a lurker or you're new. Don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. Wrong ink pad. So that was supposed to go on the Blackberry Bliss. So let's try that again, shall we? Sherry spent enough that she got everything. I would be lying if I said I was any different. But then I have been getting things because I've been ordering for classes and what have you. Although my February class, because it was always going to be Enjoy the Journey or whatever it's called, I've actually got a bigger box of stuff in it because the paper's free. So huge box of bits. Right, so that's that one. Let's clean this before I end up with Blackberry Bliss on something else. Where is it? There it is. So saffron, because carrots are also very pale yellow in some breeds of carrot. So we're going to go so saffron. and Pale Papaya. Fairly new from Calgary. Well, welcome. Pam got thanks a bunch last week. Hello, Kathleen. Unusual for you to be able to catch live. Well, welcome, welcome. We're talking about which were our first Sale-a-bration acquisitions. So I'm not using purchase because they're free. Well, that's not straight. Well, actually it is straight. I just haven't stamped it very well. Let's stamp all of it. That's a bit better. Fortunately, it doesn't matter with carrots. Right, okay, so that's some. I do need more. So I'm actually going to go Pale Papaya stamped off. And I know this had So Saffron, but it's fine. So Berry Pale. And again, they come that colour. I checked before we started, because I have in my brain the colours that... I'm really not lining that up well. There is a trick to lining it up well, and I'm going to use it. But yes, so I did check, because I have colours in my head for what carrot colours work, but not necessarily right colours. So I'm going to ink up my block and my stamp, and I'm going to do the dark first. And then I'm going to do Cajun Craze stamped off, like that. Then I'm going to do, yes, this will be the last one, Pumpkin Pie. With Cajun Craze. Possibly Cajun Craze stamped off. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Yep, Cajun Craze stamped off. And then Pumpkin Pie. Do I really want full strength? Yes, I do. Hello, Priscilla. Kathleen got DSP first. Shaz got the two-tone Flora and the Farm Suite. Oh, from the spring catalogue. Karen also got the Enjoy the Journey DSP. I'm loving that's on as an add-on. Or a more, I should say. Right, okay, so I do need to clean my stamps, especially that one, because I will be using it again. I won't be using that one again, but let's get it clean anyway. So, very, very quick. Oh, actually, no, I need to do leaves. Need to do my leaves. So, I can remove that. And that, pop those back. So we're using Granny Apple Green because that's the colour of the green that I've already got. You're then going to see, hopefully, some really quick fussy cutting. 1, 2, 3. I know I've got 5 carrots, but I'm only doing 3 leaves because we have other leaves as well. Now, again, I've been silly, and what I should have done is do these first, because it's much easier to stamp your dark colour first, because then you can see it through the stamp. But why would I make life easy for myself? There we are. Come on. Right, okay, as I say, hopefully these will go quickly. They are easy to cut, so let's let's embrace that these are supposed to be easy to cut. I'm tempted to not give them much of a border. I nearly didn't give them a border at all, but I think they need a little bit. So for those of you who are not good at fussy cutting or seem to have some vague idea that I'm good at it and you're not, these are really good ones to start on because they are mostly straight lines, and if they're not perfectly straight it doesn't matter because most carrots aren't. And then our final card shouldn't, famous last words, take too long. 2 carrots down, 3 to go. And then in March, we've got the first of the online exclusive launches. Demonstrators have had pre-order for some of the online exclusives, but not everything. The observant amongst you who have seen the header for the online exclusive flyer will have noted that we're going to have a rhinoceros stamp set. There's also some ribbon, and I'm assuming they're all coming in the first release. So it's going to be as much of a surprise for demos as it is for customers. So I'm looking forward to seeing those. And depending on exactly what's in them, they may end up as the basis for my March class. They may not. I do like the paper. And of course we're going to get an announcement, again demonstrators are going to get an announcement on what's happening with some of the colours. I think we'll get to hear what's happening with all of the colours, but I don't know. Ooh, which reminds me, I did a quick check before I came on live. Now this is Europe, but the cardstock is getting a bit interesting for, let me just find that. Oh no, here we are, inventory status report. So currently we've got Night of Navy, Soft Succulent and Basic White envelopes are not orderable. I say Soft Succulent because at the moment, as far as we are aware, come the end of April, beginning of March, that will be gone for good, unless it comes back as a permanent colour, semi-permanent colour. So if there are any colours, and I mean any colours, but especially the 21-23 in colours that you want to stock up on, I would recommend doing it now, because once we have the announcement in March as to what's happening with colours, I think you'll find things will be flying out of stock. And especially for those of us in South Pacific and Europe, it's less of an issue with North America, particularly with ink, because they've got a plant in North America to deal with it. But for those of us not in North America, I seriously would recommend now, during Sale-a-bration, when you can get more free stuff, is the time to stock up. As a demo, we should be able to see before customers. Well, we have seen most of what's coming, Shaz. I mean, I don't disagree. We have seen some of what's coming. And it is, yes, it is meant. It's one of the benefits of being a demo is that you get to see things early. But it is what it is. Oh, now I said on Tuesday's live that because they are hanging around rather a lot, some stamps have been added to the clearance rack in North America. I have now seen which stamps they are, and they are ones that have already retired that just haven't sold. So if you're looking for some retired stamps, I would highly recommend, and you're in North America, I would highly recommend having a look at the clearance rack, because there are some amazing bargains. So they're things that were on retirement lists, and some of them are quite, like last year's spring catalogue. Shouldn't really call it spring. January to April catalogue. So do have a look to see what's available if you're in North America. Again, really good time to stock up on those, because it may mean that you qualify for another Sale-a-bration item. And even if you've got all the stamp sets, paper's always good. And we've got some punches now on the Sale-a-bration list. The Eden Garden bundle, if you've got a double order, so what I would call a level 2, you can get that whole bundle. Right, okay, so we have our bunch of carrots. So these are going to go kind of like this, and then I'll have my leaves. So I am going to grab my glue dots for this and stick them to my thumb. So this is just to sort of get them in position, if you like. Could use liquid adhesive, but I think glue dots are just a bit quicker. So we've got this little bunch. Glue dots will also give you a little bit of adjustment. So, dimensionals. Baby dimensionals. Hello, Beverly. Right. And yes, I have remembered I've got leaves, but I have a cunning plan that may or may not work. So I want to shape them a bit. And I'm just going to tuck them kind of underneath with just a couple of dimensionals. But I do want them to have a bit of movement. There, up, while I'm in dimensional mode, let's get these ones done as well. linen thread. And then we've just got one very quick card to make, and we're done. So, just kind of straightening it out a bit because I'm at the end of a very curly one. Right. Little dibble dabble of glue. Pop that on there. Pop a block over the top. Whilst I think about a sentiment. I'm tempted to go everything's coming up carrots. Again, for no other reason than I can. Ooh, which colour? Orange. Pumpkin. Will that go that way? No, that would be too easy. That would be way. So this one needs a key putting on it, which is why I've stamped it and squished it. In fact, I'm going to go up there because that is more of a straight bit. And I'm just going to go for very basic cutting it down with my mini chopper. Lined it up to the top, I'm now going to trim the top down because why wouldn't I? Right, everything's coming up carrots. If you could see the mess that is building up on my desk. That should now be dry. Ooh. And I had some other embellishments. Oh, there they are. But they're the wrong colour anyway, so I'm going to go with the iridescence again. Should have kept them out. Right. Thank you. Ooh. I'm going to go very much more classic with this and just do a 3. So that is our second card. Thank you, Kathleen. It would be great if they brought a mini chopper back. It would. Yeah, I use my mini chopper a lot. You never, dare I say, suggestion box. Right, okay, so slight change this time. So I'm moving away from the Dandy Delights and I'm going to the farm paper, which is another Sale-a-bration item, day at the farm. So if you like your farms, particularly if you like scenes, but this is really, really fun paper. I did a live, quite a while back, making cards that weren't really farm-like. So I have got a half sheet of card, thick white, burnished, garden green, a colour I don't use that often, but garden green, the chicks and geese, but the chicken wire side, and the vegetables, but the striped side. So, and I've got a layer there, and I had another layer. Probably find I've used it for carrots. Okay, I will cut another layer. It's fine. It's fine. So let's do that before I get too carried away. Okay, so this layer is 4 3/8 by 2 7/8. So I want this to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Yes, hopefully. Yes! Hurrah, hurrah. Okay. Crash, bang, bish, bosh. I need this back. I need that, which I'm sure I've cleaned, but let's just check. Just in case. And I need that one. Where's that one gone? Lost a stamp. Oh, there it is. Found it. It's all right. Found it. So I've got my little carrot and my big carrot and my garden green. The sheep dyes are brilliant with the added curls. They are, aren't they? I want to bring back the scissors. Oh, I'm glad you like the cards. The scissors. What do you mean by you want them to bring back the scissors? You mean the big scissors? The ribbon scissors. So, garden green. This is not an original idea, just saying. Again, it's an adaptation of a number of cards I saw on Pinterest. And now you could, if you so wished, just use your Stampin' Up markers for this, but I'm going to try to not. And you could, of course, use brown for your stalks, but I'm not going to. It'd be useful if I didn't ink up the You can tell I'm concentrating because I've gone quiet, and if you could see me, I've actually got my tongue sticking out. Right, trees. So that's going to go on there. What am I looking for? Why can't I see it? It's right in front of me, that's why I can't see it. Oop. So this is going to go on here. Square would have been nice, I mean as in even, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. That goes on there. That's going to go there, but just so it's got some colour, That's going to go there, and that is where I want it. Okay, so about there. Now I'll use this. I'll use this. I'm going deliberately long because I'm going to trim the ends. Go. So, just a few ideas of what to do. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. Yeah, the ribbon scissors. I would love the ribbon scissors. I joined after they were available, or after they weren't available, I should say. Keep asking for them. Haven't got them back. But yeah, I would love the long scissors to be back. Okay, I'm tempted to... Yeah, no, I'm going to leave... I'm not going to put a sentiment on. I'm not. You don't have to. There is no requirement for every card to have a sentiment. Ooh. And I'm going to stick with the iridescent hoofers. Now I've got a nice smudge there, so that's where one of them's going. It's an embellishment opportunity. Ooh. There we go. So those are our 3 cards. Gosh, just about got away with it. So, we started with this one, then we did this one, and then we did this one. So 3 kind of different cards. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thumbs up if you did, would be lovely. If you're watching the replay, remember you can leave comments below the description bar. I'm just trying to find my mouse so I can flip the camera back up. Go. Hello, it's me. So thank you very much indeed for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Just a few ideas, a bit different. Thank you, Karen. Carol loves them all. Shaz likes them all. Thank you. So yes, thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. If you don't already subscribe, you can do that in the bottom right hand corner. Replay will have replay on it. It may take a little longer than normal because I have got to leap into the car for another appointment today. It's just a manic day. Thumbs up done. Thank you, Shaz. You're welcome, Kathleen. Always happy to do a bit of inspiration. Thank you, Priscilla. So I cannot believe how delayed this is, but thank you very much indeed. Have a great rest of your day, and I will look forward to seeing you recorded on Saturday and then live again next Tuesday. Oh, chemo on Thursday, so you'll watch the replay. I will be thinking of you, Karen. You'll get through it. Just try and think positive, and crafting is a great distraction. Certainly it was for me. Right, thank you very much indeed. I shall love you and leave you. Bye for now.